we're trying something new. This is my voiceover for my draft that I did earlier. I don't think I can talk and do this at the same time, so this is me coming back from the future to tell you that I have a dinosaur named Atali and you don't. So get absolutely wrecked on. In pack 2, we have a Gigantha. Let's see, what else do we have in here? We had a couple of good white cards. Gigantha's pretty fine. Companion slot or not, I decided to pick it up just in case I ended up going that route. I think I decided not to. There's also the Hasty Mana Cycler in here. I'm a huge fan of the Mana Cyclers. Okay, what else do we got going on around here? We have Emery, Lurker of the Loach. Tandem Takedown's really nice. I'm a huge fan of it. So is Cosmic Hunger, but I think it's Cosmic Hunger, the 2-mana one. Seeing this card go to pick 4, yeah, you can tell I moved my mouse around a little bit for it, is kind of wild to me. This card is a banger. I'm not really sure. I think people may be shy of the Mill 10, especially in this type of format, which, to be fair, I was too when I did my set review. It's not very fun to Mill 10 when your deck is 40 cards. It's actually quite terrifying, but the card is good, and it should not have made it that far, I don't think. But again, I have no idea what else was in the pack. I think at this point, I'm happy I picked up the Breach, but I wasn't sure if I was going to be in black. I was trying to solidify myself at least in minimum red. Pack 2, we have the Realm Breaker, which is essentially just a millstone unless you're lucky enough to actually get a Praetor. Not really anything for me in the uncommon slot except for the piece of removal, the Lorwyn Battle, which is really nice. So I'm happy to have grabbed that because there wasn't much else in there for me. Rankle and Torbrand. I think at this point I'm already kind of hoping to be in Jund. So this double black, double red is a little sketchy. Finn may be a safer pick here, but if I'm going to play a Tali, I may as well go all out, right? Invasion, I'm kind of torn on. I don't know how I feel about the red and green on turn 2. I think Portent's probably a safer bet, though I do highly consider it here. I go kind of back and forth on, is it worth it or is it not? End up picking the Portent. Realmbreaker makes it back around. At this point, it's just vault progress. All right, pack 3. Blue rare, not for us. C double is nice though. We have a little bit of ramp in here, which the way that my deck is looking is super nice. Skittering Surveyor as well as Blighted, but I think the Zendikar battle is just great. Not a really great pack 3 pick 2 for me. I'm looking at all the Gruul stuff. You'll see me switch back and forth views to see what my curve is looking like. That's why I do that. If you ever see me click on the deck box, it's because I'm counting my creature count. I almost missed that Death Toucher, which I think is a fantastic 2-drop, so thankfully I picked it up. Don't say anything about the frog. Heliod, absolutely not. I hover over Yargle just to give you guys a taste of what you are not going to have. Vanquish the Weak. I already have 1 Invasion of Lorwyn. I think 2 might be a little pricey given the way my deck is looking, so I take some earlier on removal with Vanquish the Weak. I think Tim might be one of the better 2-drops in this set too. Graveyard Hate seems to be very prevalent, so I'm pretty happy to grab him here. All right, now begins the fun part. Cutting the deck. So what I like to do first is separate my deck into 2 piles, creatures on top, battles, and instants and sorcerers on the bottom. If you type that in at the top like I just did, it'll separate it into 2 piles just like that. Then I do something that I like to call quick cuts, where first of all, I'll check my creatures. I've got 23, so I've got quite a little bit of wiggle room for that. I'll do quick cuts where I'll go over the deck, give it a once over, remove things immediately that I know I'm not going to play. Sometimes I do go back after doing quick cuts. Maybe I saw some synergy that I liked. I like to, at first the curve does look scary for this, but moving those cyclers over to the 2-drop slot where I think that they're more than welcome to sit. It does make the curve look a little less intimidating, because at first it just looked like very bottom heavy, but it's actually not too bad. 2 cards left, taking out a creature, and this is where I'm not sure if I agree with my cut. I took out Atrax's Fall. I can't decide if this is main deckable in this format or not, but it really just seems like it is. We've got fixing, we've got removal, we've got 16 creatures, we have a dinosaur. Looks pretty good. Let's see how the games go. I forgot I hit Mythic, so this is probably going to tank my rank, everybody's favorite game. That's a pretty good starting hand, relatively speaking. Could be a little bit quicker, but I'm not going to complain. Opponent's on blue something. Is it? Order of the Mirror. I really like this card. That would have been good on turn 2, but it doesn't do much against this transform, so not that big of a deal, but this is a really good blocker for it. Transformed, whenever it becomes blocked by a creature, it gets -1/-1 until end of turn, which actually makes this thing a little bit of a menace to block at times. Oh yeah, they're on the Is It spell token deck. Wonder if they have Brutaclad. Also a menace. Let's see. This is best use with my mana. This is a flyer that will get in a little bit better. This does have menace, which I kind of appreciate. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and swing here. They do have priority. I'm not quite sure why. This must be something either with Convoke. I don't know what it could be, though. The set's still so new. I never know what people have this early on. It is Convoke. Meeting of Minds. Draw 2 cards. Let's mill a bunch of lands, and some removal, which I really would have liked. You can see why I'm not the biggest fan of mill, whether it's self-mill. I do like doing it to other people, though. That's fine. One black mana to work with, which is a bit tough. But I just mill my other black source, so it's kind of my bad. Yep, here comes this thing. Oh, never mind. Not coming my way at all. Well, if that's the case, I'm probably going to use most of my mana here, because I'm probably going to play Gigantha next turn. Don't think I'm swinging just yet. Backup double strike. I don't like that. I don't really want to take 8. I think I'm willing to lose probably the shade here just as a chump. Again, I really don't feel like taking 8. It's pretty all right. Non-elf creature. God, that thing is 4/4 now. That is a pain in my butt. I think we're gonna go ahead and do this. We'll go ahead and destroy the Scald. And see if we can activate this battle here. It will give us a good blocker. This thing won't be as scary. This thing does have menace, so they do have to kill both tokens here. If they do just want to chump, they don't even get a kill on my freewheeler, which is good. Okay. Always make sure to click on the battle or that thing is not going to come out. I've had a couple people say they've made that mistake. Captive Weird's pretty good. Better to activate it, usually late game. That way if you have enough mana to spend whatever it is you want to cast from it. I have not seen anybody play this yet. The Greatsword, +3/+1 and oh. Ooh, a 7/7 Trampler. Okay. That's a lot of fun. Not for me, but for them. What do we got here? We can double spell. Gigantha's not doing too much currently. I kind of like getting the Death Toucher out, possibly to block this when it's transformed, because remember, it is still the -1/-1. This gets in because it does have Menace. I kind of like swinging out here, weirdly enough. If they're willing to trade me, I think I'm all right with that. And if not, that's a lot of damage coming in. I think I'm all right with that trade. That could have been way worse. Now, how do I want to do this? Not the best blockers via what they have, especially with this thing coming out with Trample. Am I blocking that though? The tokens can be 4/2s. Gigantha blocks most of that. I think we'll play Gigantha and see if we can get any removal out that they do have. I think out of all the companion art, this one is definitely my favorite. Something about the blue and the green just looks so good together. I wouldn't say this is a sign of desperation, them going ahead and doing this, but it does make me raise an eyebrow of what other 4 cards they have in their hand that could have been much better, I guess, than having this thing. So this thing becomes a 4/5 with Menace, which is always nice. Let's see. I think I'll pay with Phyrexian mana here. Not going to lie to you, just now realizing I can grab from their graveyard too. That is incredibly sweet. Okay, wow. It's a lot better than I thought. Do I want from their graveyard though? I think I do want from their graveyard. I think I want their mountain. Weirdly enough, I think that their mountain is for me. Because I do have a Tali in this deck. I am going to swing out. They can make any trades here they want. That's fine. Really good auto assigning damage there, Arena. I definitely want to kill the 1/1 over the 6/4. That's awesome. Oh no, my Death Touch. Their only weakness, 1 damage. I think this might be one of my favorite uncommons from the set so far. The Oracle of Tragedy is just really nice. I found a lot of my games have been going to mill, and shuffling 4 back in the deck when this thing ETBs and dies is really nice. So if I'm swinging out here, I do get to kill 2 things of theirs. They do get to kill the Oracle of Tragedy. I like killing a lot of things. Abs. Always be swinging. Wow. This thing transforming and pulling from anybody's graveyard is really nice. A lot better than I thought. Moment of truth. Did we find an answer to escape the wrath of my flyers? Survey says. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's a conceit apparently. Okay, from 641 to 577. Can't wait to lose a game and drop down to the percentage. GG's, opponent. All right. Maybe we'll see a Tali this game. I think that's my only goal with this deck, is to eventually see a Tali. Not gonna lie, I forgot about Wrinkle and Torbrand. A lot of fun. I am gonna keep that because of the cycling. I have actually both cycling for green and red in this hand, which is pretty great. I am a huge, huge fan of these cycler cards. I think that they are just excellent. I will probably go ahead and do for green since I don't have any forests. I've got all the mana I need for Wrinkle and Torbrand. It's pretty good. Well, I did say I was a fan of all these cyclers, and now they're all showing up. I guess we'll get a little bit of ramp out. Invasion of Belanon. Probably gonna mispronounce that. It's an anthem if you manage to kill it. Oh my god. They're so angry. Please. Let's see, I have 5 mana available, which I do think I will bring Rankle out. Flying for Strike Haste. I will swing in just because I like the idea of sacrificing a creature. I don't really want to give them mana, but do I want to give them a treasure? I'm usually not so keen on giving people treasures so early on, but I could really use it, especially since I'm about to kill my own ramp here. So let's see if this bites me in the butt. Everybody gets a treasure. They do get their anthem because they are going to be able to do that. You better make good use of that treasure. I gave that to you and I'm upset about it. Dang it. There I go eating my own words. Or my own treasure, I should say. Oh, of course I get ramp. Of course, off the top. Because why wouldn't I? So we can Invasion of Zendikar and get a little more lands out. Take 4 damage next turn. We can go ahead and play the Charger. And then Zendikar next turn. Which I think at this point I may be racing my opponent. The pause makes me feel like they may have the 3 damage. This version's Fire Prophecy. Volcanic Spite? Volcanic Spite. Just because of the mana left up and the pause. More vigilance, huh? Let's see. 7. So I'm not going to be able to do more than 1 spell this turn anyways. So we'll go ahead and play the Highland, gain some life. Maybe do a little bit of deck thinning. Get some... We'll get a forest and maybe another red here. They probably don't want me to have that, but I also don't hate trading for their 5/5 here. That's fine with me. So we have a 3/3 Vigilant. Man, I really helped them out with that treasure. It hurts to be so nice, you know? Okay, so now I think we're double spelling because I'm probably going to want to back up. Maybe something next turn. Yep, there's that Spite. Not sure if they top decked it, but from the way they were playing, it did seem like that is what they had. This anthem is nice. This is why I'm curious if Atrax's Fall is just main deckable. I would hate for it to be a dead card though, you know? Tandem Takedown. Too bad I don't have 1 more mana, huh? Well, given my current situation, I think we'll do this. We'll back up here. We'll swing in. We'll get our battle. It does have haste, so now I have the ability to tandem takedown as well as block here. And now I have a 4/4 flare. And a 5/5 menacer. And a 4/4 vigilant. but that's neither here nor there. Okay, no swings is good for me. That's also fantastic to have. We don't have any reach. So I think I'm only going to get aggressive in the sky. I am at 6, which I do have here and here, but we'll put them on a little bit of a clock. So whenever this creature becomes tapped, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. That is okay. I don't think that worries me too much. Interesting. I think they're just going for lethal here. So we'll block like so. Go ahead and final flourish here. We have a response. That is fine because if I tandem take, let's see, let me make sure I'm doing this right. So they're doing this 3 damage. That means 4, 5, 6 damage gets in. So it should be lethal, but I do want to keep my Mauler alive. So I will actually go ahead and kill the frontliner. That way no trample damage gets in. I go to 2. I keep my Menacer. Their things die. And all is right in the world. GG's. Let's see what my rank goes. From 578 to 478. That's a whole 100 rank. Moving on up. GG's, opponent. I still haven't seen a Tall yet. Like, also my Black Mill spell too. Beneath the Breach or Beneath the Multiverse or whatever it is. Watch, both of them are going to be up in my opening hand because I said that. I have to eat my own words, draw both my 7 drops in my opening hand. Well, maybe not. Okay, I'm actually going to keep this. This is actually pretty nice. I'm telling you, these cyclers they really make some of these hands really keepable. It's a little slow. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, oh my God, like you don't want to see that. That is not incredibly ideal. I actually don't even have any red either, now that I look at it. Let's go grab probably a swamp, given we have a Rankle in our hand. Looked like a red was on its way. Oh, red was on its way anyways. Do we need that red right now? Because they know about my swamp. We'll just play it. We will keep up the cycling for the Ancient as well as Vanquish the Weak. Hopefully they play something vanquishable so I can keep up my tempo. Ah! And they listen. So nice. Love it when they do that. Gives me a little time to ramp with my Invasion of Zendikar. Let's go get, let's say probably a mountain and another, I'd say, oh, I only have 1 mountain left. And probably a swamp. I think I've got a little bit more black than most other colors in this deck. Nothing, huh? That's really fucking weird. So, well, I can do this and go ahead and, I mean, I guess maybe they're going to do that. Maybe they're keeping up some sort of counterspell. They are playing blue. I mean, they're soul tie, so this could just be an egg hatching. I'm not totally sure, but I like the idea of getting the Awakened Skyclave online. Listen, I can always use more ramp, especially in this deck. Oh. Rankle may be dead. You've pranked your last... I don't even know what that is. It's a rare. Pylon. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. Surveil 2. Wow. It's a rare. Cool art. Okay. Fair enough. I like this card, especially in an Is It token deck. It's a good champion. Well, we're not getting past much here, so I'm just going to play my Ancient. Looks like it's just an egg to be cracked. Hold on to my land, because there is quite a bit of discard in this set. There is the rat that discards. It will be unfortunate if they do have the Eldraine discard, the Mine Rot, but it's probably more likely that they have the rat if they have any discard at all. Such a good card, as we saw in our last game. Well, this doesn't do me much. I'm good with not taking 3 and killing the 3/2. I think is fine. This is nice. I don't know if this is what I want to use it on, though. Invasion of Lorwyn is really powerful. It's destroy target non-elf with power X or less, where X number of lands you control, so I can hit just about anything. I don't want to use it on Flyer, especially on a 2/2. Watch this 2/2 come kill me and end this game for them. Deeproot Wayfinder. Deals combat damage to a player battle. Surveil. Return a land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Oh, well. We'll put Jegantha second from the top. Ah, understood. Now, geez. So, I'm going to go ahead and use this. It's a better use of my mana. It does seem like a little bit of wasted removal on a 2/3, but I mean, Surveil is very powerful. They do have lands in their graveyard. I kind of like hanging on to my instant speed removal if I can. I'll go ahead and play the land because I do have Vanquish the Weak mana up. I think there's a counter spell. I don't remember if it's pay 3 or 4. It's pay nothing. They just get to counter it. All right. Well, if that's the case, I'm probably going to vanquish this champion. Well, I have no mana available. I am at 13. I don't have a lot to deal with flyers, not a ton. It is at instant speed. They seem to be playing a lot of counter magic. You know what? I'll wait. I'll be patient. I can take 3, right? Never mind. I'm not patient. I'm going to go ahead and vanquish the weak. It's not because they just played Mine Rot or anything. It's because I don't want to hold on to vanquish anymore. Obviously. Hey, I was wondering when I'd see you. Atali. What'd we get? You may cast any number of spells without paying their mana cost. Whoa, what is that? Phyrexians gain menace. Other Phyrexians get +1/+1. I get both of them? Wow. Menace until end of turn, huh? And then sacrifice an artifact or a creature, return it from your graveyard to the battlefield, activate only as a sorcery. Well, I won't get the other part of that. So really, I just essentially got a 2/2. That pluses up my other Phyrexians, which I don't even think I have more than like 2 in this deck. But Atali's pretty fun. Ah. Very nice. So we are not swinging with Atali because they can go ahead and crack their egg. This, though, does give me an 11/11 trample indestructible next turn, unless they have some sort of removal, which they very may well have. They are playing Sultai. Uh-oh. You leave my dinosaur alone until I did nothing wrong. Render inert. We get a 2. Oh, this thing's going to do damage to me at... Oh, ouch. Okay. Uh-oh. They keep hovering over Atali, and it's really freaking me out. I don't even know what this thing does when you transform it. Top card, if it's a land, put it on the battlefield. If you don't, put it in your hand. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9 with this, right? And then I can pay 2 for it. I mean, we have to do the thing. Like, I may get killed in the process, but I mean, we have to do the thing. That's an 11/11 trample indestructible. That gives poison counters. That's wild. Excuse me, a 12/12. Wow. You thought you could escape toxic after one was over, but no. I guess the only thing that takes care of an Atali is like a pacifism. You could pop it back into my hands, slow it down a little bit, but then I get the ETB trigger again. But if that's your only option, I mean, what else are you gonna do? Karuga. Maybe they'll draw into an answer here. There is the unsummon. Oh, there goes a card of mine. They milled me another flyer, a land, and my red mana cycler. Four, five, six. I mean, let me see really quickly. It's 5. I don't even have the mana to do it anyways. So Atali obviously is getting in. They're gonna have to put, I mean, just about everything on here to not die to poison. Again, what is with Arena and killing the wrong things? Just to make sure, yep. All right. I'm at 11, they're at 6 cards left. Oh, geez. It's pretty funny. Trying to think if there's any haste I need to protect myself from or anything like that. Excuse me. Probably best I hold back the reach, actually. Draw 2 of the discard. And the dinosaur wins again. Thanks, Atali. Ah, 358. We're climbing. GG's, opponent. All right. Let's see if we can do the dino thing again. We can do the flying thing, at least for a little bit. I am on the draw. I'm probably going to keep that. Don't hate it. Don't love it. Could be better. Could be worse. That's a lot of swamps. It's a lot of swamps. Probably going to draw my swamp cycler now. Probably, oh my god. I think that might be all of my swamps. Honestly, maybe I'm missing one. Wow, that's wild. Let's play a flyer. We did get our other mana. So we can do this and this next turn. I'm happily blocking here. If they do swing, looks like they have some sort of removal. Or maybe they're just reading what the card does. I'm always so paranoid. So that's a little bit weird. It's obviously something. So I'm on team make them use it. If I block the flyer, they may just let it trade and I'll never get the trick out of their hand. So we'll see what they got. If they really want to save this token. Okay, protection and a counter. So I'm happy that this has the counter, not this. I could put Rankle and Torbrand on top. I currently don't have the mana to cast it. So I would be missing one red. I think I'm going to decline that for now. Okay. So here now I'm a little more comfortable with making a trade and putting that Rankle on top. If they want to. That is. I still won't be able to cast it, but okay, stun counter, all right. Well, I could have I got the red. We'll play Giganta. Nice 5/5. Is coming back to my hand. Well, they are night aggroing me out here. So I was gonna say they should switch it up and send both the 2/2s at the battle and then the 3/4 at me. There we go. I really like battles. I think they're neat. This card's actually very scary. It's power touch equal to the number of creatures that they have, which is currently quite a lot. I think for now we're gonna play Giganta. This Yuri makes an interesting thing with this final flourish. Geez, everything's flying. Oh, double flying. I thought they were gonna fly this 3/4. I will make a trade, kind of happily here, I guess. I think I should put probably Rankle on top here, considering my position. It's not a great one. But it is a one. We're probably just gonna sit and hope they don't have any sort of removal here. If they do, we can always Final Flourish in response. God, their creatures just keep getting bigger and bigger, huh? Well, this is not a super fun spot to be in. I think I unfortunately have to lose Giganta here to take that out. Not my ideal trade, especially given what I'm looking at. I think we're just gonna have both of our creatures come out here and pass the turn. I don't think Rankle is gonna be doing any prankling today. At least for now. Well, let's hope something as good as on top of Rankle. I hope. They're coming at me. Which is not great. I can't double block because they'll just kill the 2/3. This won't get to do its power to anything. It'll be very unfortunate. I can't go to 2. Because then I'm pretty dead elsewhere. Just go face, I guess. Not great. Put a blocker. Rankle next turn. Maybe this thing will stop wreaking havoc on me. What an awkward position to be in. I mean, it's lethal anyways, but now it seems to be ultra mega lethal. I really like blue-white knights in this deck, or sorry, in this set. I think they are incredibly strong. GG's, oh boy, 357 to what? Remember we started like 6 something? Oh my God, it's amazing how far you drop. Oh my God! That was a lot of fun. We got to see a couple good games. We got to see Atali do their thing. We had a very funny loss thrown in there. I'm not really sure what these videos are or why I'm doing them. I just kind of wanted to try something different. Let me know if you liked them or if you didn't like them or if you want to see the whole run or you just want to see the wins or whatever. I don't know. This is all new to me, so I'm curious. Maybe this will be the only one I ever do of this. Who knows? But I just want to say thank you for watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will see you nerds later. Bye.